Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Tupten Dorji. Let's pay homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today. Manjusriya Om Ala Vajanati. Manjusri Bodhisattva. Sư母但真格做图等悉地。All Dhamma masters, Dhamma educators, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
你好，大家好。愛してる。サラゲ。オラミコ。ケケロムチョ。すごい。一番。気持ちいい。ジュミ。ヤピ。プリンプリン。こんにちは。现在先通知大家，下个礼拜天。
First, I would like to announce for next Sunday, May 8th at 3 p.m. There will be Sakyamuni Buddha Homa fire offering ceremony.
那么释迦牟尼佛根本不用这个介绍大家都知道他是沙婆
There is no need for me to introduce Sakyamuni Buddha. Everybody knows he is the founder of Buddhism in the Saha world, and he attained Buddhahood in the Saha world. So the forefather of Buddhism is Sakyamuni Buddha. So all Buddhists are the disciples of Sakyamuni Buddha. So this deity, so being primary supplicant for this deity, of course, naturally, if you don't become primary supplicants or merit holders, I don't know what else to say.
释迦牟尼佛的圣诞，5月8号是释迦牟尼佛的圣诞。
May 8th is the birthday of Sakyamuni Buddha too, exactly on that day.
5月8号吗？
May 8th?
农历是4月8号，这是一般的这个。
So, which is the 8th day of the 4th month, which is the common
佛教都是在这一天
belief
4月8号做他的生日。
by ordinary people or in Buddhism.
其实按照这
But
个
actually,
真正他的生日
his true
没
birthday
有人知道的。
is unknown to anybody.
真正他的这个生辰是没有人知道的。
Nobody
没有人知道
knows
生
when
在什么时候。
he was
是
born.
讲夏历
It was
夜
only
圆日
said that it was a full moon in the summer.
我也不管。
I don't care.
这个不能讲说我讲。
You can't say that I said
夏
it,
历
but
的夜圆日，
a full moon in the summer.
5月8号是农历几月几号？是4月。
So, but May 8th, Gregorian calendar is the 8th day of the 4th month. Is there a full moon?
没有圆啊。
No, it's not.
夏历的夜圆日，月亮最圆的
So, the full moon in the summer.
16。
So, the fullest moon is on the 16th day of a lunar
农历
month.
的15或者16。
So, the 15th or the 16th day of a lunar month.
也有可能月亮
Or perhaps even the 14th,
16。8号月亮哪里有圆？
but not on the
根
8th.
本跟这个旧的这个典籍，夏
So,
历就是夏天，
summer,
夏历就是夏天嘛。
in the summer,
夜圆的日子，月亮圆满的日子，
on the full moon
他
day,
出生的日子，
that's when he was
月亮
born.
圆满的日子。那4月8号
But the 8th of the
月
4th
亮圆
month,
的日子，
that's not a full moon
那农历4
day.
月8号是夏天吗？
And is it summer?
对呀。
No, it's not
不
either.
过做了就做了，
However,
这个就是啊，
since you said it on that day, then we'll just do it.
在这个印尼
Actually, in Indonesia, the Waisak
他们
day,
做这个佛陀的诞辰，不是在那一天的，
they celebrate the Buddha's birthday
会在
on a Waisak day,
哦，
not on the same day as
也不
us,
是在那4月8号，
not on the 8th day of the 4th month. So every country is
泰
different.
国吗？泰国是做几月几号？
How about in Thailand? What day do they celebrate the Buddha's birthday?
泰国是佛教的国家哦，
Thailand is a Buddhist country.
这个越南也是佛教的国家，
Also,
越
Vietnamese.
南
Vietnam too.
哦，你刚刚讲说那个我讲的啦，那我讲的不算了，我讲的不算，不能说我讲的。
This is what I said. Well, that's
对
different.
他讲的夏历就是夏天的夜圆日，月亮圆满
But
的日子。
in the discourse, it was mentioned that it was the full moon in the summer month.
他这边有写到啊，
It's written here.
各个国家的风情文化不同，有未赛季。
That the cultural background and tradition of different countries are
国
different.
节是农历的4月8日，
That the Buddha's birthday is on the full moon of a summer month, and the bathing of the Buddha is on the 8th of the 4th month. Every country is
重点
different.
是
The
下
key
个礼
point
拜
is
释迦牟尼佛的父母，
next Sunday is the Homa of Sakyamuni Buddha.
泰国是几月几号？因为泰国保留
How about
了
Thailand? Because
上
Thailand
座部的佛，
has maintained the Buddha Dharma of the upper
这个
court.
佛教部派分上座部跟大众。
So Buddhism was divided into the
这个上座部呢，
upper
比
seat
较偏向小乘，
and then the
这个大众部就偏向大乘。
public seat. So the upper seat tends toward the Theravada and emphasizes Vinaya, precepts and meditation, and then the common or public court emphasizes on meditation and wisdom. So it was divided afterwards. And then of the common court was also divided into many divisions. And then they were divided further, and there was one that's called Jiin division, that you're allowed to be married after ordination. So there was a sect called Jiin that allows marriage after ordination. So, no matter which date, we have to ask Sakyamuni Buddha whether it was correct or not. Today we perform the Homa of Sakyamuni Buddha. And this deity is one of the trinity of Avatamsaka, with Sakyamuni Buddha at the center, Manjushri Bodhisattva to the right, and Samantabhadra Bodhisattva to the left. And in the Avatamsaka realm, Manjushri Bodhisattva is a Dharma prince. That's why we refer to him as the Manjushri. Dharma Prince or Dharma Prince Manjushri. He's a very precious and great bodhisattva, one of the 8 great bodhisattvas. And we can say that he's also up there. So in Tibetan Buddhism, Guru Tsongkhapa, the founder of Gelugpa, was an emanation of Manjushri Bodhisattva. And the Shambhala kingdom of Tibetan Buddhism, that's the kingdom of sages. And the first king was Manjushri Bodhisattva. And the second king was the White Lotus King. And the White Lotus King was the son of Manjushri Bodhisattva. The Gelugpa nowadays, let me share some history. The present-day Gelugpa, or the yellow sect of Tibetan Buddhism, which is Dalai Lama, was the most junior disciple of Guru Tsongkhapa, which is Kundunzu, reincarnated as Dalai Lama. So he took refuge in Guru Tsongkhapa for only 5 years before Guru Tsongkhapa passed away. And so Kundunzu was reincarnated as Dalai Lama. And the most important disciple of Guru Tsongkhapa was Kudukje. Kudukje was reincarnated as Panchen Lama. As Panchen Lamas. And then afterwards, Dalai Lama was in the front part of Tibet, and Panjan was at the back part, and the front was more prosperous than the back part of Tibet.
我们讲庄严好了，那时候比这个庄严，我比
So this is just an
有
analogy.
100个庄严，
Say if we're talking about
只有1个庄
land,
严，
so
跟一的差别。
that belongs to Dalai Lama, that was 10,
那
say just 10 acres, let's just say that, and then the back part is only 1.
另外呢，到了去永乐皇帝那里受封的中
And
塔
it's
玛
hard
的
to
弟子
talk
释迦
about
也是，
incarnation. So also a disciple of Guru Tsongkhapa, Sakya Yesu, was reincarnated in
就是折
Mongolia,
尊丹巴，
and that was the
折
Buzon
布尊丹
Danpa.
巴，他转世到蒙，就是后来就变成
He
张
was
家佛佛、
the one that went to Yonglu Emperor.
甘珠佛，
And then so he became Jiangxia Rinpoche and Kanchu
图登
Rinpoche.
达尔吉，
And one of Grandmaster's lineage was through Master Dukta
图
Jarji,
登尼玛，
which is from the Rinpoche Kanchu, who transmitted to Dukta Nima, who transmitted to Dukta Dali, who transmitted to Dukta Darji,
图登达尔吉，
who transmitted to Grandmaster.
啊，这个就是甘珠佛佛的传承。
So that's the lineage of the
当
Kanchu
初的时候，
living Buddha.
这个图登达尔吉
So at that
传给
time,
我的时候，
when
甘珠佛佛的
Master
法相
Dukta Darji transmitted the lineage to me,
法相
he gave me the
其他
Buddhist statues of Dukta Nima, Dukta Dali,
这
and
样子收起来，
his own
就是
Buddhist
我们
images. So I
也
still
有房教
have
传
them.
承，因为
So we also have lineage from the yellow sack or Gelugpa, because Sakya was reincarnated
那么
in
中塔玛
Mongolia.
本身就是文殊师利菩萨的
And Guru Tsongkhapa was an
所以他一
emanation
生
of
当中
Manjushri
有
Bodhisattva.
困难，
So all
跟
his
文殊
life,
师利菩萨
whenever he had any difficulties, he would
请求
pray to
文殊师
Manjushri
利菩萨
Bodhisattva,
赐给他智慧，
would pray to Manjushri Bodhisattva to bestow wisdom upon
在
him.
藏地除了达赖
In
攀
Tibet,
谈是大活佛以外，
Other than Dalai Lama and Panchen Lama, who are
就
the
是甘丹寺，
great
甘丹寺。
living Buddhas, there's one more, which is Kanten Tripa.
这个他是这样子的，
And
在
he
所
was
有
like
的皇
this.
教的僧理当中，
In the Sangha of all
年纪
Gelugpa,
最大的、
the most
学
senior
问
one
最好的、
and the most educated and knowledgeable one,
公认的所有房教、
and it's
所有的大喇嘛选他
unanimously
作为甘丹赤巴
recognized by all the great
代
lamas
表
as
的
Kanten
象征
Tripa.
的中卡巴，
And he is the
他只是一个象征，
representation of Guru Tsongkhapa.
他本人甘丹赤巴就是
So
象
Kanten
征
Tripa
中卡巴。
is the representative
一般
of
来
the
讲，
symbol
他
of
们
Guru
出来的时
Tsongkhapa.
候有长着这个伞盖的，
So
达赖、
typically
班禅、甘丹赤
there
巴。
would be parasol above Dalai, Panjan, and Kanten Tripa
那么达赖跟
in
班禅
Gelugpa.
就等于是一个比较
And Dalai and Panjan
好像这个宗教跟政教合一的一个领袖，
are more
一个领袖。
spiritual leaders but
甘
with
丹赤巴
political
代表着皇教的教义
tendencies. However, Kanten Tripa represent the spiritual leader or the forefather of Gelugpa, because he is the symbol of Guru
第
Tsongkhapa.
140的甘
That's why
丹
we
赤
refer
巴
to him as the Dhamma King
到
Kanten
我
Tripa.
们西雅图来讲，
And the 100th Kanten Tripa had visited us. He came to the Seattle Lichang Temple and the Rainbow Villa, Rainbow Temple. He came to visit me, and that was the 100th Kanten Tripa. And at the main hall of the Rainbow Villa, he formed a ball of white hata, and then he threw it to the altar, and it hung on the shoulder of Manjushri Bodhisattva, of all those bodhisattvas, all those Buddhist statues, and he just threw it. And the sword of Manjushri Bodhisattva extended and then hooked on the hatha, and then the hatha dropped on the Manjushri Bodhisattva's sword. And he himself also represents Guru Tsongkhapa, and Guru Tsongkhapa was an emanation of Manjushri Bodhisattva.
So the
100th Kanten Tripa has extremely strong and deep affinity with us. When he visited here, and Kanten Tripa and I conducted ceremony together. Please raise your hand if you were there. Well, if you were present personally, please raise your hand. Quite a few of you. Kanten Tripa visited our Seattle Lichang Temple and Rainbow Villa. When he threw the hatha, please raise your hand. You saw that. Is there still a hatha hanging on Manjushri Bodhisattva's sword? Yeah, it's still there. That hatha was thrown by Kanten Tripa and fell on the Manjushri Bodhisattva's sword. It's still there till now. So Manjushri Bodhisattva, the guru of 7 Buddhas in the past life. So he was the guru of 7 Buddhas in his past life. His name was Long Zong San Zun Wang Fo. The Supreme Buddha King of the track. So he transformed into a disciple of Sakyamuni Buddha, but actually he was the teacher of 7 Buddhas. And he's an extremely great bodhisattva. He represents wisdom, and the Vajra Sutra is all about wisdom. We all know about Manjushri Bodhisattva. He's not an ordinary bodhisattva. There's secret about him. I remember, as I have said, that was during the summer retreat, and it was a rainy season, and all the Buddha's disciples were in retreat. And at that time, the superintendent, nowadays we call them the superintendent. So at that time, that was Mahakasyapa. And he's a very strict and disciplined monk or bhikkhu. Mahakasyapa was very strict and disciplined in his abiding to the precepts. Nobody is better than he was. So during that summer retreat, there were many consorts of the kings who visited Manjushri Bodhisattva to hear a few words or some wisdom. So they came in and out of Manjushri's room. And when Mahakasyapa saw that, he declared it's not allowed, because Mahakasyapa was a very disciplined, great arhat. Is also great. And he said, this will not do. So many beautiful women in groups and non-stop coming in and out of Manjushri's room all night, all day, all night long. And so he wanted to kick Manjushri Bodhisattva out of the Sangha. You're not qualified to be Sakyamuni Buddha's disciple. So Mahakasyapa reported to Sakyamuni Buddha that during the summer retreat, Manjushri Bodhisattva did not follow the rule. Many women came in and out of his room all day, all night. And then the Buddha asked Mahakasyapa, which one? Which Manjushri Bodhisattva? And he says, the one in the room. And then Sakyamuni Buddha waved his hand and then told Mahakasyapa to look up. And then in all the heavenly realms and places where the Buddhas are, in each of the Buddha lands, in each of the Buddhas, by their sides, they are Manjushri Bodhisattvas. So there is a Manjushri Bodhisattva alongside each Buddha in all the Buddha lands. And there are so many Buddha lands. So which Manjushri would you like to kick out? The Buddha asked Mahakasyapa. So Manjushri Bodhisattva was capable to manifest countless bodies, and he has the first and foremost wisdom. In the great vehicle, the one with the first and foremost wisdom is Manjushri Bodhisattva, and in the small vehicle tradition is Sariputra. Nobody can compare to him. So there were thousands and tens of thousands of Manjushri Bodhisattvas. So the Buddha asked Mahakasyapa, which one would you like to kick out? So at that moment, Mahakasyapa realized that Manjushri Bodhisattva is truly a great Bodhisattva. So there is such a legend about it. So the reason why I say this is because you don't recognize Manjushri Bodhisattva. I am telling you because I noticed the primary supplicants were so tiny, were so few, small potato chips.
不认识你们的眼睛呢，只看到一个文殊师利菩萨拿着剑宝宝剑。
You only see one Manjushri Bodhisattva holding a precious sword.
的文殊师利菩萨，
But in the eyes of Grandmaster, there are
他是智慧第一。
trillions of Manjushri Bodhisattvas, and he's
难道所有的
first and foremost
知
with
道智慧
wisdom.
的重要吗？
How come my disciples don't realize the importance
小
of
乘佛
wisdom?
教啊，就重视三
Theravada tradition
守戒、
emphasizes only three things: abiding by the precepts, meditation, and wisdom.
文殊师利菩萨是代表智慧的，
And Manjushri Bodhisattva represents wisdom.
他在小乘、大乘里面。
In both Mahayana and Hinayana tradition, he's a great Bodhisattva.
千百亿化身，
And there are myriad emanations and transformations.
这个他是龙种上尊王佛，
And he's also a Buddha with the name Longzong Sangzun Wangfo, who emanated as Manjushri Bodhisattva.
那么你要
He's first and
祈
foremost
求
with
智
wisdom.
慧，
So if you
就是要靠
want wisdom, you have to rely on Manjushri Bodhisattva.
那师尊去过五台山，山西
Grandmaster has visited the Mount Utai in Shanxi
那么
province
去的，一起去的
in China. Any of you who went with me
台山的
to Mount Utai?
有谁？跟着
Anybody?
在座的？哦，对，还有吗？
Anybody else?
没有啦。
Nobody else.
师尊从菩萨顶
Grandmaster was at the Bodhisattva
碰
peak.
到每一个师尊都礼拜。
Grandmaster made prostrations at each temple or shrine that we saw.
寺庙就做大礼拜，
So,
拜下来从菩萨
so
顶
I
一直拜下
paid
来，
from
不
the
知道拜了
peak,
多
the
少大礼
Bodhisattva
拜，
peak, to all
一直
the
拜到
altars
山
at
脚下，
the temples, the various
一直
temples
拜到山脚下。
to the foot of the mountain. So from the peak to the foot of the
来了
mountain.
一个比丘，
And there was a
来了一
monk,
个比丘，
a
穿黄衣服的
bhikkhu
比丘，
wearing
拜，
yellow
他
robe.
跟着在我旁边拜。
And as I made the prostrations, he also did along my side. And he followed me from the peak to the foot of the mountain.
拜到最后呢，我们想说，
And then
入
our group
没有这
thought
个出家的这个比丘，
there was no ordained monk, and he looked quite good.
我
He
一趴
had
下
a
去，他也跟着我
good
趴下
look,
去，我
and he followed
我
me
喜欢
doing prostrations when I
底下哪有这种事情？所以
when I
有一个
go to the
跟着我
down
一直
to the
拜
ground, and then he followed. And when
从
I
这个菩萨顶拜到
got
最
up, he also got up. How could there be such a monk appearing and followed
那我
me
们想说，这个
exactly from the peak to the foot of the mountain? So we thought maybe he wanted something.
拿一叠钱啊，
So
100块，是100块的人民币吧，人民币
took
一塔，
$100 bank
就给
notes,
他说
a
大
stack
概
of
需要钱
them,
吧，不然你跟我
and
拜的那个
give it to him, the group.
大概需
So
要。
maybe you want money because you followed our guru like
他
that.
说我不
And he
要
said, no, I don't want any money.
他讲我不是要钱，
He said, I don't want any money. It's not money that I
不
want.
要钱，
So you don't want
跟
money?
着我干什么？
Then why are you following me?
他讲了一句话，
And then he spoke
我住在这个山里面，
I live in this mountain. I've been living in this Mount Utai for so long. But he did not say how many hundreds of years, okay? Hundreds or thousands of years. He just said for a long time. And I finally found the one I've been waiting. I've been waiting for you. And then when he was leaving, he pointed to the sky, and then he pointed to his heart, and then he left, turned around and left. And then after that, it doesn't matter how we look for him, we could not find him anymore. So in the whole Mount Utai, doesn't matter how we turn and look, we could not find him. And then later, I found out that he was a manifestation of Manjushri Bodhisattva. Therefore, I seeing Manjushri, but not recognizing Manjushri. And upon completion of the Vajra Sutra, have you seen Manjushri Bodhisattva? The whole Vajra Sutra is full of wisdom. And there is no other wisdom higher than this wisdom. So if you can put into practice this wisdom, then you would be extremely great. Then you will see the real Manjushri Bodhisattva. If you apply and put into practice the 4-line verse of the Vajra Sutra, then you would be able to see the real Manjushri Bodhisattva. So today, I'm expounding the Vajra Sutra, and coincidentally at the completion, we also have the Manjushri's home. So that symbolizes the wisdom of the Vajra Sutra, and that is empty nature, Buddha nature, the cosmic space. It's extremely great. There's wisdom here. This is the worldly wisdom. Not sure if it's a joke or what. It said, if you occupy a mountain, you're called bandits. If you occupy a range of mountains, then you're the military. And if you occupy thousands of them, then you're called a king. That's about the human world. So I'm not hiding it from you that I have been a king too in my past life. During the Zhou dynasty, I am not the King Wen, not the King Wu, not the Zhou Gong. but I will not tell. I've been a king too.
我们常常讲中国啊，我们讲唐人，因为唐
In China, we call the Chinese the Tang people
我们常常讲
because during the Tang
汉
Dynasty,
人
there
有
is
文
the
景之治，汉朝
the
有
wisdom
文景之治。
and the Han Dynasty has the
那是
wisdom
伟
of
大的伟大的
Wenjing,
皇帝唐太宗，
and those are great emperors.
另外
Tang Taizong,
还有
King Taizong of Tang
汉
Dynasty,
武帝，
and from the Han dynasties, Han Wuti, Han Wendi, Han Jingdi,
就是皇帝，
King Wu, King Jing, King Wen
是
of
中
Han
国皇帝。
dynasties. They're all emperors. Their master too had been emperors in his past
中国
lives.
古代
In ancient China,
是这样子，这个
that's how it is. That's how it
一
was.
代一代这样子下去。
Generations upon generation in a human life. That's how human life is.
那么占一个摊位，就叫做小贩。
If you occupy a stall, then you're a peddler.
占整个市场，
And if it's a lot of them, then you're a boss. And then if it's the whole market, then you're a
你看现在啊，
enterprise.
那个发明电动车的，
So
整个电动车的市场，
the
他先占领了
the inventor of the electric vehicle
他是企业家，
would occupy the whole market of EV, electric
杀
vehicle,
一个人
right?
叫做杀人犯，
So if you kill a person, you're a
杀几万
murderer.
个人，
If you kill thousands of them, you're called a general.
杀千万的人，
If you kill millions of
伟大的
people,
领袖。
then you're a leader, a nation, leader of a nation.
乡下的人往城里跑，叫淘金，
So when the villagers go to the cities, it's called
叫做郊
looking
游。
for money. But
往南
earning a living,
都
but
叫做市
the cities going to the village is called traveling. And then
所以谈
if
到感情呢，
the head of a group doesn't matter where they go, they're just inspecting.
叫做私人秘书。县
The
城
lover,
情妇叫红粉知己，
uh,
乡镇长的情妇叫做秘密情人。
the lover of the head of the department is called the secretary, but
农
of
民的
the
情妇就叫做
mayor
姘头。
is, yeah, this is different names for the lovers, for the mayor or city mayor or village.
就叫做结佛，结佛结，伙计的伙。几十个人勾结就叫帮
So
派，
a few people are collaborating. It's
勾
called
结
uh,
叫邪将。
a group,
刚
but
好有
over dozens of them, then that's called gang, and hundreds of them is
几千个
called
人勾
cult,
结就叫做
and
组
then
织，
thousands of them is
几
called
万
an
个人勾结
organization,
就叫做党
and
派。
then if it's thousands, tens of thousands of them, then that's called a party.
这里有一个智慧，骗一个人就叫做骗子，
If you're cheating one person, you're a cheater or a scam, and if you cheat 10,000 people, that's a councilman.
骗一
council
万个人
person
叫议员，骗10万
And
个
then
人
if you cheat
就叫议员，
100,000 of them, then
骗
that's
100万
called
个人
legislator.
就叫总统。
And then if you cheat millions of people, you're called a president.
这叫数量变、时间变、位置变、身份变，说
So
法就
the
变，
number,
道理也变。
it depends on the number, the place,
说
the
法大不同，
the time, and the position.
这不是笑话嘛啊！人间
Actually,
的智慧，
they're referring to the same thing, but they're regarded differently.
有个官员在江边看春天的景色，十分陶醉。
There's an official that went by the river and was very infatuated by it. This is about
导师一个睡在屋檐下的酒鬼，张开眼睛
like a
说
poetry
山心
to
白
match.
兰地。
Yeah, this is also only in
那很
Chinese.
妙。雾呢，它对着山；月亮呢，对着星星。
Like a couplets.
这个黄
5
色
to
对
3,
白，
moon to the
梅花
star,
对着蓝，
yellow
天对着
to
地，
white,
午
heaven
夜
to
黄
earth.
天，山心白兰地。山心白兰地是酒的名字吧？
Yeah. Yeah, couplets in Chinese is a very, very interesting play of words. 有一个男的去请教大师。 A man went to see a master, and the master said,
请教，
"Ask,
大师讲，
can I help you? What's your problem?"
大师讲呢，我看你印堂
Please
发黑，
provide
眼
guidance.
神涣散，
So your forehead is
人
kind
有
of
事。
dark
男子
and
讲，大师
your
啊，
eyes
最近走霉运，
not
出门被
stable.
门宽，
You must have some problem.
这个脊柱。
Well,
上公车被车门
I
卡，
have so many bad lucks,
下楼梯
and when I want to
断，
get out of the door, I was
缆车的绳子也断
and。then when I tried to get on the bus, I could not. And then when I stepped down on the stairs, it broke. And then
念念有词，
when I get on the airlift, it also broke.
猛地
And then can you help me resolve it? And the master was trying to consult spiritually,
该捡回。
and then said, "Okay, calm down. You should just lose some weight."
现在回答问题。
Now for the
台
Q&A.
湾莲
A
花
question from Taiwan.
上面一个字，下面一个地，怎么念？
How do you pronounce this character?
下面一个地。玉，莲花玉烘，
Yanhua Yi
他
Hong.
公开姓名叫宋玉烘，
And the family name is
宋
Song.
玉烘。这个最尊贵的导师卢世尊佛安，
The most precious
来传法
guide,
所描述
Grandmaster Lu.
慧居金刚照相，借为
At all times, Grandmaster's been transmitting
是汉传的。
the appearance of Uchisma
中为发
as
布的修法
red hair standing
也
up
是以此
and
定，
dark
而
blue-green
近来有的道
color
堂法会及堂
according to the
公告
Han
的慧居
lineage
金刚
tradition.
为三色照相，
And the Jupiter Foundation also follows this. However, at various ceremonies and
三色
altars,
照相的开始，
there are 3 different colors of
传
Uchismas.
承照相，
They're dark blue, green, red, or white. And some people said that they were
两种照相
according to the Tibetan authentic Buddhist
以
tradition.
照所传的为主。
But I would like to confirm to make sure that it complies with the lineage.
慈悲开示，祈请师尊
So, which one should be our primary focus? And please provide guidance in advance. We wish for health and longevity, continue to love you, and never enter
三色
nirvana.
照相是青黑色，
So he said there are 3 colors of Uchisma, which is a dark blue, green, a red, and white.
那么我们所讲的慧基金刚的照相，
And
头发是红色的，
I already checked that Grandmaster
面
never
孔是金色的，
stated these three
身子
colors
是黑
before.
色，是汉传的，汉传的慧基金刚。
So hair is red
又有藏传的
and
慧
the
基金刚
face is dark blue-green.
说外面的
According to the Han tradition.
青黑色、红色、白
And
色。
then there's also the Tibetan tradition outside, which is dark blue, green, red, and white.
那我问大家，
So he asked me,
知道那个
and I'd
慧
like
基
to
金刚
ask
像
all of you, have you seen the image
看过吗？
of Uchisma? Have you seen one with 3 colors?
啊，现在我们慧基金刚的法相。
Do you have an image of Uchisma?
没有。莲花
Did he send the image together with the question? No.
谁身上有慧基金刚像的？
Anybody?
头发是红的，
The hair is
脸
red.
是青的，
The face is
身子是
dark
蓝
blue-green,
色，
and the body is blue.
脸是青黑色，头发是红。
Oh,
那
it's
个红色的
dark
话，
blue or
面孔是青，
black.
身体是黑。
Red
这
hair,
是慧基金刚法相。
dark blue-green face, and black or dark blue
啊，
body.
网络上的
This is ours? Or no, it's just from the internet. It's not white.
红色当然是头发，
And the red is the hair.
没有白色的。
No, white is not part of it.
这是生活中的一样啊，
This is true with the
网络上的一
schools.
样啊。
It's the same with the one described on the internet.
好，知道了。以我们的为准，
So just follow
就是
ours.
说，
My
以我
answer
们为
is
准。
just follow ours.
我告诉你啊，这个有人讲是藏密传承照相，我告诉很多
Some
像
people
都是一样
say,
的。你知道
you know, but images vary.
大黑天吗？
Do you know
大
about
家知道大
Mahakala?
黑天嘛，对不对？
You all know this deity,
那大
right?
黑天呢，它
Mahakala.
本身有4倍、
And there are 4-arm
2倍、
Mahakala,
4倍、
2-arm,
8倍、
8-arm,
16倍、
16 arm,
1000眼、
or
1000
1,000
照
arm
相。那个雕刻师啊，想到什么他就刻什么。
So they just sculpt whatever that they want.
啊，你供奉什么，你就按照你自己供奉的那一尊去修法就好。
Whichever image that you enshrine, then you just follow that.
啊，师尊的照相也很多啊，
Grandmaster has so many photos, right?
也有露胸部的，
The one
露胸部的，
that show the chest. And
我还嫌他，
I found the muscles
你没有看过我的胸部，
do not show.
没有雕成这样子，胸部那么小。
You know, so you have not seen my muscles. See, but they sculpt my statue
有胸肌的，你把
naked,
胸
but
部做得好
you
看
don't have any muscles on it. So you haven't seen it, but how can you sculpt it like that?
你给我做成飞机场。
My chests are like 2 hills, and yet you made it into like a
没办法啊，
runaway.
他雕刻了怎么雕刻就是怎么刻啊。
So
不管
whatever the
是
sculptor
金属造的，还是木造的，还是土
made
造
or
的，
whatever the artist made, whether it's made of metals or wood or whatever, you know, it's up to them, right?
上什么
So
颜色，他高兴上
or whatever colors, you know, they just do whatever they want, whatever they
金
like.
刚护法是
But
蓝
in
色、黑色、
Protectors are always blue or black.
蓝色、黑色， 像我昨天呢
，like yesterday,
药师佛
medicine Buddha
蓝色的琉璃色，所以我就穿
is the lapis lazuli blue color. That's why I wore blue. But Manjushri Bodhisattva has yellow body, so I wear yellow. So just follow the image.
那其实文殊师利菩萨有没有红色的？有啊。
But is there a red Manjushri Bodhisattva? Of course.
黄文殊也有红文殊。
So there are yellow Manjushri and red Manjushri. The same with Kuan Yin or Avalokitesvara. There's white and red and all different colors.
各种的修法。
And they make different Dharma practices for them. So in Buddha school, red hair,
青黑色的脸。
a dark blue-green face and blue body is fine.
蓝色的脸都可以。
Or blue face is fine too.
好。
So just visualize this way, okay?
这是回答。
That's the answer
莲花
to Lianhua Yifeng.
这马来西亚莲花。
The second question from Malaysia by Lianhua Zhongmu.
弟子在梦中会自身变化本尊。
In the dream, I can transform myself into Yisdom, into Yidam. But in the dream, it's virtual. It's not real. So what does it mean? It's a dream meaning. So it's the meaning of the dream. So whatever appears in the dream, the yidam that appears in the dream. I can also manifest the yidam in my mind. And when the yidam descends upon my body, like Manjushri Bodhisattva descending upon my body, my face will change. When they enter, then they will change. So what kind of body is that? That's I enter me. Or the visualization of oneness. So that's wonderful, excellent that you can transform to become yidam in your dream. And the yidam is it's virtual and illusory in the dream. And transparent, which is that's what it is. So maybe you're not satisfied with the answer, but that's how it is. Like we saw the rainbows yesterday. So what is a rainbow? We saw it with our eyes, but what was it transformed from? In our science studies, we would know it's from the water vapor and the light. The function of light and water vapor. And water can transform. Water can become ice and can become vapor. And the vapor can become clouds, and the clouds become rain. Rain becomes water. That's the transformations of water. We all know. If you have studied chemistry, you would know. And the rainbow is a function of the water and light. So they are unreal, like your dream, like what the Vajra Sutra said, that all the 3,000 great thousand worlds, they are all illusory. They are all empty. All human beings are also illusory, are also empty. That's the wisdom of the Vajra Sutra. So the whole 3,000 great thousand worlds, including all the ghosts, they're all illusory, unreal, and empty. That's what it means.
他请问行者如何知道自己已证得本尊
The
身？
next question. How do we know that we have attained the yidam, the body of the yidam? So you don't know if you have
你
attained
能
it
不
or
能入
not?
我入？
Can you enter into the yidam and let the yidam enter you?
你自己变化成为本尊，
So the yidam enters into you and you become the yidam. This way you're in union with the yidam. That's called spiritual
证得
union.
本尊身嘛？你会
That
不会
means
入
you
我
have
入？
attained the body of the yidam. Can you do that?
师尊入我入给你看。
So Grandmaster has shown this merging with the yidam. Manjushri Bodhisattva Om Mahasriya.
Mahasriya. Manjushriya. 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 Om Arabhajanadi. Om Arabhajanadi. Om Manjushriya. Om Arabhajanadi. 你刚刚有看到他进来吗？然后又离开。
Have you seen him coming in and then leaving? Have you seen that
这是
in my
我的师利
body?
菩萨。
That was Manjushri Bodhisattva.
这个就是证得本尊身。我能够
So
自化
that's attainment of the yidam's
念
body.
他的咒语
You can transform into
观想
yidam
他
by forming the mudra,
这是基本上的一个方法。
his mantra or his name, and
无
visualizing
形
him.
的进到你的身
And
体，
then the intangible him enters into your body and you transform into Manjushri Bodhisattva. You're also holding the precious sword.
这就是你已经证得本尊身。
Then
你
you
不
have
能够
attained the
觉得
yidam's
他已经
body.
进到你身体里
If you
面，
don't sense or feel
你自己变
his
化
entering into your body,
还没有证得
or you have not transformed into him, then you have not attained the yidam's body.
第三，请问
Third
修四
question.
加行上师
In our practice of the four preliminary
如何知
practice
道自己已经
or
有
the
资
Root
格
Guru
修本
Yoga,
尊呢？
how do we know that
四
now
加
we are
行上师
qualified
法行
to
者如何知道自己
perform the deity or the
四
yidam
加行
yoga?
也有相应，也
So
有相应的。
there's also spiritual responses in the four
有
preliminary
上
practices
你能够自
and
化为
also
上
in
师
the
跟
Guru yoga
进到你身体里面呢，
that you can transform into your Root Guru or the Root Guru can enter into your body.
这个就是有资格修本尊法。
Then you're qualified to practice your yidam.
但是为了
That's
好像
generally
很多普罗
speaking.
大众，他没有办法相应，
However, for the common
那他
people
想修本
who
尊
have
怎么办？
no ways to attain
四加
spiritual
行每种
union,
加行修10万遍，
so
或者你就修上师相应。
requirements is for each of the practice you need to do it 100,000 times. Say for the four preliminary practices as well as the Root Guru yoga, You do it 100,000 times, and then you're allowed to practice the yidam. And we also allow people to practice a yidam and the inner practices together, although you have not gained any spiritual union with the yidam. So when should one start practicing root guru before? So basically, you need to practice each one of the 4 preliminary practices for 100,000 times before you move on to the root guru, and then 100,000 times before to the yidam. Because spiritual union is really not an easy matter. But Grandmaster can invoke any deity and they would come. This is spiritual confrontation or divination using fingers. So my fingers are opening and closing. I don't do that voluntarily. They just do it. They just move involuntarily. That when Manjusri Bodhisattva descends, they would move by themselves. So the chi would move to the hand, and then when Manjusri Bodhisattva has descended, then you can consult, and the fingers would move by themselves. That's how it is in providing spiritual consultation. The same with Guru Tsongkhapa. At his time, he asked someone who asked a Lama who's in contact with Manjusri Bodhisattva. What's his name? Kumapa. Have you read his biography? Part of it. So, Tsongkhapa's biography. I have read it all, but I forgot some names. So he asked this Lama who can communicate with Manjusri Bodhisattva. In the beginning, Tsongkhapa consulted this Lama. And then later, he went back to Sikang province called Sikang. After he went back to Sikang, so he did not have any guidance. So he practiced Manjusri Bodhisattva himself, and then after he gained spiritual union, he could communicate with Manjusri Bodhisattva directly. So Guru Tsongkhapa at first studied or learned from the Lama, because at first he could not communicate directly with Manjusri Bodhisattva. But because the Lama left, he had no one to ask anymore whenever he encountered difficulties. So he practiced Manjusri Bodhisattva himself until he gained spiritual union, and then he was able to communicate directly. That's for the Q&A. So the practitioners of the 4 preliminary practices and the Root Guru Yoga, by completing 100,000 times of each of the practices, then you are qualified to continue practicing the yidam. Or if you have gained spiritual union and you know it yourself, then you are qualified to practice it. Answer to Lian Hua Zhongmeng.
今天在这里啊。
So today, here, after completing the exposition of the Vajra Sutra, as I just said right now, that Vajra Sutra is the sutra of wisdom, the highest wisdom, because it talks directly about Buddha nature. It utilizes Buddha nature to talk about it. In Zen Buddhism, at the fifth patriarch, they use the Vajra Sutra to check if one is enlightened or not. So, the fifth patriarch Hongren asked the sixth patriarch Huineng to come to his room, and he was talking about the key essence of the Vajra Sutra. If you, by obtaining this, you are the sixth patriarch. You will be the sixth patriarch. So the transmission from the fifth to the sixth patriarch was the secret transmission of the Vajra Sutra. And today, Grandmaster transmitted the most important, the most crucial pith instructions. If you listen carefully, I have exposed all the crucial pith instructions. Therefore, Master Dian-si, was what you're talking about the same as what Grandmasters explained? The Venerable Elder Le Guo had the temple in Puli, Taiwan, called the Buddha's Light Temple, and I listened to him explaining the Vajra Sutra, and there was a transcript of that exposition, and I gave it to Master Dian-si. But what Master Le Guo explained was different from my explanation, because I expounded based on my wisdom and my understanding. I found Grandmaster's exposition to be truly precious and valuable. In Mahayana Buddhism, I have taken refuge in three gurus. One is the Master In-Shun, Master Tao-An, or the Venerable Tao-An, and the third one was the Venerable Le Guo. Three gurus from the Mahayana tradition. So I cannot say that my guru did not talk about the key essence. The Venerable Elder Le Guo held the lineage of the Cao Dong, which is one of the 5 sects. And the Guo Xian, Venerable Guo Xian, the one who shaved my head, had the Ling Ji sect of one of the 5 Zen Buddhist tradition, because after the 6 patriarchs, Zen Buddhism split into 5 different division sects. One is Huayan sect, one is Cao Dong sect, Ling Ji sect, Yang Wei sect, Wei Yang sect, and Yunmen sect. So it's like one flower with 5 petals.
所以这个
for
乐果
Zen
喇法师
Buddhism.
是曹洞宗的传承。
So the Venerable Elder Le Guo is through the Cao Dong sect, and Guo Xian, Venerable Guo Xian was the Lingji sect.
临济一贤，
灵济一
他的名
贤，
字是临济一贤，一贤，临济一贤。
灵济一贤 was the
所以
name.
师尊什么传承都有，
So
也有
Grandmaster
净土宗的传承，
holds so many, all
有
different
三论宗的
lineages.
传承，
Lineage for the Pure Land sect, for the Three Treaties sect,
天台宗的传承，
the Tiantai
有
sect,
法相宗的传承，
the Fa Xiang sect,
有地宗的传承，
Dhamma-Laksana sect,
有
or
净土
the
宗的传承。
the precept of the Vinaya sect, the
你要写什么？你跟
what
我学就有了。
the tantric sect. So whatever you want to learn, I have them all. You can just start learn it from me.
啊，师尊自己本身用自己
And
的理解
Grandmaster himself
跟自己
utilizes
所知道、
his
所领
understanding
悟到的
and
讲解《金刚经》。
all that he knows and all that he realized and enlightened to expound the
但
Vajra
是我们不能
Sutra.
讲说乐果喇法师
It's
没有
truly
啊
unique.
讲不出来，他只是讲的。
So we cannot talk about the Venerable Le
我们
Guo
不能这样子讲，因为我们认定我们的师父把
that
这个重要的口诀只
because
传
we
给
believe
一个人，
that our Guru only
他平时
transmitted
不公开讲这
the
种，
key essence to a few key people, not
所以你们
publicly.
领悟到了，你们也不要讲出去。
So if he grabs the meanings, then you should not share them. But I have.
对呀、
Grandmaster not only make them public, but explain them very clearly. So the fifth patriarch only transmitted the clearest part to the sixth patriarch.
但是我们不能
Anyway,
讲
I
说
did.
自己的师父只懂得表
But
面。
we should not criticize our own gurus that they only
虽然
understand
听过
the
乐果
superficial
讲《金刚经》，但是乐果
meaning
老
of
师
it.
所讲的《金刚经》，它只是
I have listened to the exposition of the Vajra Sutra by Venerable Le Guo. But that's for the public.
在晚上讲给他听，
And
这是真正重要的。
he only transmitted the true pith instructions to a few of his
有
disciples
两个很
secretly.
伟大的人物，
Let me tell you, there are two
我
great
是心中
people
非常敬仰。
who I highly
佛
admire,
教徒，
and they're not
一
Buddhists.
个是13世纪的
One is
正方济，
Song Fangji from the 13th century.
不是这个方济格。啊，方济格是现在的教宗，他是圣方济天主教的13世纪的圣方济，也是洪圣
It's
圣方济。
Saint Francis
祈
of
祷
the
我们的最后
13th
一季，
century
只
in
有
Catholic
牺牲
Church.
自己，才
In
能
the
够得到
prayer,
永生。
it's written that by sacrificing yourself, you would be able to gain eternal life.
另外，我敬佩第二个人，
And the
是
second
天主教
person,
的，
also in Catholicism, is Saint
常
Teresa,
讲
which I often say. She spoke,
有了天堂，
even when I can go to heaven, I will
我
not
不
go
会去
there.
天堂。那你去哪里？
Where would you go then?
我跟最痛苦的人相处在一起，
I will
我
be
要跟最痛苦的人
together with the people who suffer
相处
most.
在一起。这是圣特丽莎讲的话。
That's what Saint Teresa said, Mother Teresa said.
我不去，
Even if there's heaven to go, I will not go there. Instead, I will
最
stay
痛苦的
with
相处在一起。
people
我要
who
帮
suffer
助最痛
most
苦的人。
and help them.
这是圣特丽莎讲的话。
That's spoken by Mother Teresa or Saint Teresa.
这两个人
So these two people have no self.
无我，就是 牺牲自己，
No self means sacrificing
成就众
yourself
生，
and to
无我
to fulfill the sentient beings. No self
就不会自己享乐，
will not let you just enjoy
所有
yourself.
痛苦的人在一起。
Instead, you're together with those who suffer.
无我就是
Selflessness
给予众生，
is
没有
given
自己。
to beings without self,
我慢慢变以后。
that you don't exist, Om Mani Padme Hum.